As a young girl, I always felt out of place and out of the norm. I felt too ugly, I felt like too rude. As a girl, I was often always like advised to tone it down and like not expect too much from life.
Growing up almost crushed by anxiety and insecurity, Héloïse Letissier has defied those expectations to become one of France's newest, most unexpected pop stars. 6 years ago, she fled Paris to London to escape a broken heart, only to find salvation at the famous Soho nightclub Madame Jojo's, where she chanced upon a trio of drag queens, and Christine and the Queens was born.
They were like motherly figures. I mean, I was in that club and I was alone. They just came up to me and they were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No." And I immediately started to pour my insecurities and stories to them. And they took care of me and they fed me literally with ideas and food. They just decided to take care of that little tiny French thing.
And although you're a solo artist, is that why you pay tribute to them in the name of your act?
I think it was me embracing all my contradictions as well with having a band's name, but really it was a solo project. So people are like, I kind of wanted people to ask questions in the first place, like,
where are the Queens?
Where are the Queens? Why? And it was a way to pay a tribute as well to what happened. It's not the name of a band, but it's the name of what triggered everything for me. We are in a society where girls are commented upon all the time. Like, just by being a woman, your body, the way you express yourself is always commented on. By being a young queer girl myself, I just became more sensitive to other ways of, not fitting society's expectations. And I do feel like being in the margins of society make you look at other people that could be in the margins.
She describes Christine as her androgynous, non-sexualized alter ego. And true to this bold, uncompromising attitude, she criticized Elle magazine for airbrushing her cover photo.
As Christine, my stage character, so my stage character is about embracing your flaws. And I ended up photoshopped really, really intensely. And so I didn't have any flaws left, So I was raising questions like, why inviting me? And what I embrace if it's eventually for me to be really smooth and without any flaws. And it's, again, I think something that tends to affect how women are perceived. Because I think the Elle magazine invited me genuinely for who I was, but because I'm a woman, you still can't have any flaws on your face. And if you're a male rock star, you can have wrinkles like, Keith Richards can be Keith Richards. And I do want to be Keith Richards, When I grow old, I want my wrinkles to show and I want nobody to erase them. And this is just what I stand for.
Your album, roughly translated at human warmth, if my French sustains. The world is looking as if there's not a great deal of that at the moment. I mean, you return to your own country, which has been hit very hard in the last year or so. What are your thoughts about that as you witness what's happened in France and elsewhere?
It's really tense right now in France, and I think those attacks end up with like stigmatization of minorities that are already victim of racism, for example. I mean, the Muslim community now is always pointed at, and it's not about the Muslim community, And I wish politicians wouldn't use everything that happens to actually divide everyone. I mean, this very idea of having a state of emergency, I don't know if it helps. I only feel like people are even more afraid of getting out, and it's like this theatrical thing that happens and shatters everything around it, because it's just supposed to destruct this feeling of fraternity you may have, because you start to be afraid of everything that is different from you, and this feeling of safety you can have because you don't feel safe anymore.